weeks, but thought I'd make a video while I'm on this kind of a long drive to see if I could screen and get into a study. I have a job prospect I've been waiting on, and in the meantime, I'm like, I know a way that I can make money. I even talked about it in a different episode where you can sign up for pharmaceutical studies, and the one that I'm going to try to get into, it's a 2-week study, and you get paid, I think, $7,500. They're testing a weight loss medicine that's not an injectable, it's a pill, and they have to study it in healthy participants first before they give it to the people with the condition. So I'm on my way to go screen for that. I don't know if I'm going to make it in, actually, to tell you the truth. This will be my first time, screening at this place. And I know when I was at my other pharmaceutical place in Denver, the first couple times I was selected as an alternate, or I just didn't meet the criteria. I wasn't really, I don't know how to explain it. Once you're established with them and you've done a successful study, I feel like you get some sort of preference. So since this is my first time going for a study at this particular place, I'm not too set on it, but it'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice to earn $7,500 in 2 weeks doing anything? And the thing is, with these studies, you're not like digging holes. You are like literally sitting around reading a book, playing games. A lot of my studies that I was part of, you wear a Holter monitor. Your heart's being monitored 24 hours a day. That's probably the worst part of it, is having those little sticky things attached to you for a couple of weeks. They do move them around like once a day. I don't know how it is at this place, but how it was before. Once a day you get 30 minutes off of your leads, and the stickies you get to take off and go take a shower, and then within 30 minutes you have to be back with your leads back on and being monitored. But they can move them, a little bit. Like if it's sticking here, then it can stick here and give that skin a break. So for me, that was probably the hardest part. Also, for some of the studies, they give you, well, what I've done, sorry, my face is itchy. What I've done is these studies where you get the study medicine once a day, and then like you check in on day 0, that day doesn't count. You spend the night. First thing in the morning, you get your study medicine. Then, if that's day 1, typically you get blood draw after blood draw throughout the whole day. Like the first 4 blood draws I would get were within the first hour, so it's every 15 minutes. And then the next 2 is like every half hour. And then the next 2 is like every hour. And then every 2 hours, every 3 hours, and it ends up being like 14 blood draws in one day. So that's your heavy day, your heavy blood draw day. So then the next day, you take your medicine exactly the same time. I mean, to the minute. They'll stand there, watching the nurse with your pills, watching the clock. As soon as the clock hits 8 a.m. or 8:03, depending on where you are in the dosing schedule, you have to take your pill, drink it, and be completely finished taking it within the end of that minute. And then 5 minutes later, or whenever you're scheduled for your blood draw, almost immediately you get your blood draw that day, and then you're done. You're done for the day. that's your work for that day. And then you go sit and you read your book. There were some studies where you could exercise, you could do whatever you wanted, and you weren't wearing a heart monitor. But when you have the heart monitor on, you're not supposed to do anything that exerts yourself. Let's see. It's an easy way. I think an easy way to make some money if you need money and you have some free time. There's a lot of excluding factors. So like I told them I'm allergic to Vicodin because when the 2 times that I've had Vicodin, I just throw up like crazy. So what I do, well, I tell them I'm allergic. They always ask for allergies, they ask for conditions. And so every time I screen, they have to call the study doctor and get a special clearance for me, I guess, to make sure, since I said it was an allergy and not just a reaction to the medicine, now it's classified as something special that needs to be cleared before I can even screen for a study. So you be careful when you're calling the screening place. Do be completely honest. I guess when I say be careful, it's like be careful of the language you use. Like I said, an allergy, but really it's a medication reaction that I get. But yeah, be completely honest. I told them about my heart murmur when I was pregnant, and I think that's the only other thing. All the surgeries and procedures you've had, you have to make sure they're documented. There was a study I was really interested in. It was going to pay a lot, and I wasn't able to get into because I have stretch marks on my stomach. So there's certain, because they were going to do a subcutaneous injection of the medicine in the abdomen, and for them to like test your skin quality, make sure there's no reactions and everything, it has to be unscarred skin, or it's just the type of skin that I didn't have. I know, what is it? There's some sort of grading system to skin types, skin textures and colors and things. So I didn't have the right skin type, and it's because I had some stretch marks on my stomach. So this will be neat. I hope I get into this study because I actually would really prefer not to get any sort of injections, because I know when you get anything injected in you, in that vial there has to be adjuvants that either, like if it's a vaccine or something, it has to excite your immune system, and then there's adjuvants and additives that are preservatives, and I don't know if there's something in the hepatitis B vaccine that I took once that I severely reacted to. So it's like, I don't know if it was the virus, I don't know if it was all the 800 other ingredients that were in the vial. One of those got me. So I prefer no injections. But so this new study I'm excited about. Yeah, so I don't know if I told you, this new study is testing a weight loss pill and they're trying to test how much of that stays in your system when you take it with another medicine that's already on the market. That's a pretty common medicine that people take. So what this study is studying is, if you take this drug with this other drug, how much of the actual study drug stays in your bloodstream. And like I was saying, sometimes you have your heavy blood draw days, and and that's typically day 1, day 8, and day 15, if you're there. But this 2-week study that they have me doing, I'm only staying in there 13 days, so I might not have but 2 heavy blood draw days is my guess. Those are the tough days. And the thing is, they can offer not a port, what is it called? They can put a line in the back of your hand, or, in your forearm, where they can draw blood that way. But even though I wouldn't say I'm afraid of needles per se, but I do get woozy. I prefer a straight stick blood draw because it is the quickest and easiest, and it's in and it's out. And these people are taking blood draws on these heavy blood draw days, like say on one of my heavy days there was 14 blood draws. Well, there was 12 subjects that day in the same study, so I'm like 12 times 14. Like, these people have to be good. They're taking hundreds of blood draws a day on these heavy blood draw days. And just for our group, if the facility had several study groups in it at once, that's, you could be 1,000 blood draws you're going to have to take in a day as a nurse. So you have to be good. You have to do your job well. You be efficient, because you could mess up. There was one time I was getting my straight stick blood draw, and the lady couldn't get it. She switched to my other arm. She has a minute to figure out what to do, and then she had to call someone over. They had to fill out all this paperwork because I didn't get my blood draw to the minute, and so that lady never drew my blood again. I think she was probably I don't know if it's reprimanded or just for that study. She couldn't take blood anymore because she actually caused an incident that had to be documented because she couldn't get my blood right away. Anyway, it's just something I'm doing right now, and I thought I would post a little video. And it's this up and down format. I don't know if people have a preference of the side view, the horizontal videos, or this up and down vertical video, but I am excited. I sent out a link, or maybe I just said, I think it is somethingstudies.gov. You can look up pharmaceutical studies. You could Google it. Pharmaceutical studies near me. A lot of universities have studies for certain conditions, cancer centers. So if you have a condition, you can find a study related to the condition you have, so you can further the development of treatments. There was another study I found that was a food study, where eating a certain type of food, they're looking at what it does to your body or your brain. I'm like, yeah, I'd be totally down for a food study. That'd be awesome. I think that was in Tampa, but that was months ago. I don't know if it's still going. Yeah, I just have this super long drive here today to this screening appointment, and I just was gonna check in. I got home from my cruise. It was amazing. I loved it. It was Princess Cruises, so it was super laid back. I just love playing games and doing trivia. I don't like any sort of dance parties anymore, or things maybe I liked as a younger person. I don't know. I just really have to be in the mood for it. But with this cruise, it's more the slower pace, the older people, the food is good. That's the main part of a cruise, is the food. So go where there's good food. Margaritaville, no. We went on a Margaritaville cruise. It was their old boat too, their smaller ship, and it was a 2-night cruise. Gross, you guys. The little buffet area felt like it was in like a Navy ship or something. It was not accommodating or expansive. It was like a little cafeteria. The dining room menu had maybe 3 options for the entree, or 3 or 4. And I remember it being not good. So I know Shane, the person I went with, enjoyed it. Well, he said it was okay. So he was like, oh, that was interesting and it wasn't so bad. And I was like, food wise it was not good, but entertainment wise, there was karaoke. They played a video of the Margaritaville guy. I forgot what his name was. Man, I'm not going to be remembering his name. Buffett, Jimmy Buffett. Him singing the Flip Flop song, or he has a whole list of songs that he played, and they had a video of him in concert, and they played this video like over and over in all these different venues around the ship. And I don't know, there was like maybe a piano player in one place. I don't think there was a trivia. There was some sort of game we played. It was okay. It was something to do, something to experience. But for me, it has to have good food. It just, or else I don't want to go back. If there was a marriage retreat we went to once, it was at a YMCA camp in Colorado. And my husband and I love going to marriage retreats. We love doing these marriage seminars. And so we went to this one with our church at a YMCA, and the food was like frozen chicken patties, and I think someone had raised the concern that the food was really bad. And if I remember right, our pastor at the time kind of explained to us afterwards, or towards the end of the retreat, that they had an issue with their cook or their fryer or their refrigerator. Something went wrong, so they had to bring in all that frozen food. But I'm like, I don't know. It was so gross, you guys. And, my husband and I were like, we are so gassy. What's wrong with this food? So anyway, yeah, I'll still go to marriage retreats, but I'm like, I just know it's better when it has better food. The vacation is better when it has better food. So that's why we love cruising so much. And Disney, the food at Disney is great, you guys. Disney World, highly recommend. If you ever get to eat at Disney, make sure you're saving up your money so you can eat at Disney. But anyway, I'll let you guys go. Almost time's up here. So I hope you have a wonderful day. God is so good, and He's blessing all of us, even if we don't know it. You're blessed. I'm blessed. And so keep being the wonderful person that you are. And I'll see you next time. Bye.